Hello and welcome to the Tomorrow News. Today we will find out what awaits us in the upcoming week. We will learn where elections will be held, why Italians have been called to vote in a referendum, and many more interesting events that are yet to happen. We will start with perhaps the most important news from the political world. On Tuesday, June the 3rd, one of the most significant presidential elections in the history of South Korea will take place. This became necessary after on December the 14th last year, the parliament voted for the impeachment of the then president Yoon Suk-yeol. A few days earlier, on December 3rd, he had declared a state of emergency. His motive was to deal with anti-state elements, even going as far as to send military units to the parliament to prevent the deputies from voting to cancel the state of emergency. This was considered a gross abuse of power and an attempt to trample democracy and the constitution. Because of this, the Constitutional Court confirmed the impeachment unanimously and scheduled the elections to take place on June the 3rd. Now, let's meet the candidates. We begin with a candidate from the Democratic Party, Lee Jae-myung. According to the polls, he is the favorite to win the elections. However, he is facing illegal charges, which he denies so far. The next strong candidate is Kim Moon-so from the People's Power Party. He is viewed by the analysts as the second possible winner. Moon-so is a conservative candidate who aims to unite the right-wing electorate after internal disagreements in the party. He also lobbies for a strong alliance with the USA and is open to discussion about increasing expenses for the American troops stationed in the country. The race for who will be the next president of South Korea will most likely be decided between these two, but it's only fair to mention some of the other candidates such as Lee Jun-sok from the Reformist Party and Kwon Young-guk, representative of the Democratic Labour Party. These elections are extremely important for South Korea, as they will shape the political path of the country for the next 5 years. Now, we'll move much closer to the sunny and always welcoming Italy. There, on June 8th and 9th, 5 referendums will be held simultaneously, giving the citizens the chance to express their views on key issues related to labor rights and the acquisition of citizenship. They will be able to vote on the following points. First, restoration of the rights to reinstatement after illegal dismissal, because currently workers who are unlawfully dismissed receive only a fixed monetary compensation. Second, removal of the cap on compensation for dismissals in small business. At present, this maximum compensation is equal to 6 months of salary. Third, limiting abuse of temporary employment contracts. The aim is to restore the requirements for objective justification when signed fixed-term contracts, in order to reduce job insecurity and prevent abuse of temporary employment. Fourth, increasing responsibility for workplace accidents in subcontracting cases. It is proposed to restore joint liability of the client, contractor, and subcontractor for workplace accidents related to the specific risk of the contracted activity in order to improve workplace safety. And the fifth and final point is reducing the time required to obtain Italian citizenship. It is proposed to reduce the required period of legal residence in Italy for non-EU citizens from 10 to 5 years, in order to facilitate integration and access to civil rights for long-term residents. For the results of the referendums to be valid, participation of at least 15% plus 1 of eligible voters is required. And since these decisions could significantly improve the labor life of Italians, let's hope they achieve the results the people desire. Now, to take a break from politics we will dive deep into the world of video games. In the coming week, two major events for gaming fans will take place. First, on Friday, June the 6th, Summer Game Fest 2025 will take place. It will be held in Los Angeles, and for those who are unfamiliar, this festival serves as the launch point for the summer season of gaming announcements. Summer Game Fest has established itself as the main event for presenting new games and technologies. This year, hosted by Geoff Keighley, it will feature around 2 hours of world premieres, new trailers, and surprise from major publishers like Xbox, PlayStation, Ubisoft, Square Enix, and more. We might see a new trailer for Death Stranding 2, or maybe news about the remake of Final Fantasy IX. Perhaps Capcom will surprise us with Resident Evil 9, or we'll hear the announcement of a completely unexpected game. You can join the millions who will be watching Summer Game Fest 2025 completely free on YouTube. The other big festival in the gaming world will take place just 2 days later, on Sunday, June 8th. That's when we can follow the Xbox Showcase 2025. This is an event organized by Microsoft and focuses on all the gaming and technological advancements the world-famous company has to offer. We expect to see new trailers and news about games like The Outer Worlds 2, Perfect Dark, a new entry in the Forza Motorsport series, and many more. This event can also be watched on YouTube on Xbox official channel on June 8th. Now let's dive into the world of sports by mentioning the most important events of the coming week. First, on Thursday, June the 5th, the first game of the NBA Finals will be played. It will pit the winners of the Western and Eastern Conferences against each other. The format of the finals is best of 7 games, and it will determine the 79th champion in the history of the National Basketball Association. Moving to tennis, this weekend will feature the finals of the Roland Garros Grand Slam tournament in France. First, the women's final will be played on Saturday, and the men's final will take place the following day on Sunday. Fans of high-speed racing will also be happy, as the Aragon Grand Prix in MotoGP will be held over the weekend. This is the 8th round of the season in the calendar of the world's fastest motorcycles. We will be following closely to see whether the current standing leader Marc Marquez will continue to dominate the championship, or whether his brother Alex Marquez will manage to close the gap between them. And finally, on Saturday, June 7th, the WWE event Money in the Bank will take place. This is an extremely exciting tournament for wrestling fans, because in addition to the standard matches, there are 2 main ones, one for men and one for the women. In those, a briefcase hangs above the ring containing a contract that gives the winner the right to challenge for any title they choose, at a time and a place of their choosing. This contract can be cashed in at any moment, which has led to many surprises and twists in the history of the world wrestling entertainment. To win the briefcase, one of the participants has to grab a ladder, climb it, and unhang the briefcase from the rope. In doing so, the winner almost certainly secures the dream of becoming a champion. Yes, almost everything in this sport might be scripted, but that doesn't take away from the spectacle and emotions of the fans around the world. This might be the most interesting of what's going to happen in the coming week. But that's the beauty of life. The most wonderful things happen when you least expect them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, Tomorrow is a bright day.